To ensure the accuracy and value of the information shared on this channel and through associated resources, it should not be considered a recommendation to avoid consulting with a financial professional. Always seek guidance from a trusted expert to address your unique circumstances.
Gather round, ye traders bold, a tale of riches shall be told, of kings and queens, of power and gold, of Puya's reign, fierce and bold. When tokens fell, a crown was lost in the waters of hell. From porcelain depths the legend grew, and Puya rose, his might was true. The traders laughed, they mocked his name, but now they kneel before his reign. For mean lords bow and kingdoms fall, yet Puya's might shall rule them all. Hail the king, raise the flag, stack your bags, let riches brag. Hail the queen, let fires burn, hold her token, watch returns. Strong is Puya, bold his reign, none shall stand against his chain. The lands were ruled by kings of old, BTC throne was weak and cold. Ethereum taxed the men too deep, and XRP made traders weep. Solana froze in winter's fight, Sui sank into the night. Yet from the west a knight arose, Sir Richard Hart, his vision glowed. Hail the king, raise the flag, stack your bags, let riches brag. Hail the queen, let fires burn, hold her token, watch returns. Strong is Puya, bold his reign, none shall stand against his chain. Not alone, the king does stand, beside his throne a guiding hand. Queen Puya's might, both fierce and wise, burns the weak, lets prophets rise. A royal force no one denies, she buys, she burns, her power flies. For those who hold rewards rain down, the queen shall always guard the crown. Through the markets, the flood, Puya's name is carved in mud. Yet from the dirt the empire grows, and meme coins fall where Puya goes. No gas fees, no chains can bind, Pulse Chain's kingdom, one of a kind. Hail, hail the king, raise the flag, stack your bags, let riches brag. Hail the queen, let fires burn, hold her token, watch returns. Strong is Puya, bold his reign, none shall stand against his chain. King Puya laughs, the traitors cheer, his mean lords rise, no loss to fear. For in his land the fools shall weep, while those who hold their fortunes keep.
Well, isn't that fun?
Gather round, ye traders bold.
We're gonna play a few more songs and let some more people join in. Go ahead and like and share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Let's start pushing this out. And what are we gonna play next? How about an Emit song from Emit? Let's do it.
Yeah. Yo, welcome to the chain. Kairos lit the match, now we on that flame. Emit farm, pulse chain, real ones know. Let that beat drop, we in emit mode. Whole farm on blast, we don't sleep no more. Emit got that drip, watch the TVL soar. Click once, it's done, no need to babysit. Smart contracts, clean, everything legit. fees down low, but the game stay loud. Amid in the field, we attracting that crowd. An FT gang, 0 fees, no cap. If you hold, you gold and skip the gas trap. Charts going bullish, look at that trend. Started from the bottom, now we push that end. Carol's in the lab like a DeFi chef, cooking up yields while they're out of breath. We in a mid mode, let the APY pop. One tap, full auto, we don't ever stop. Stake that bag, let the passive rain. In this farm, every harvest is gain. E, we earning. M, we moving. I, investing. T, we proving. Emissions rolling in, that's daily rewards. Auto compounding, no clicking or boards. We in E-mid mode, no games, just facts. On pulse chain waves while we stack these stacks. Rising with Caro's future unlocked. Decentralized dreams, yeah, we built this block. It's yield season, watch the green sprout quick. Wallet stay yours, ain't no custodial tricks. From farms to vaults, yeah, we break that mold. This ain't your average DeFi fold. Launched with fire, now it's catching the flame. Emit is the lane and we changing the game. Transparent, real, not smoking the glass. Every move backed on chain with class. Coming through like thunder on the chain. This the kind of platform that sustain. No fluff, no rug, no empty claim. Caro's built a system, not a name. We in emit mode, let the APY pop. One tap, full auto, we don't ever stop. Stake that bag, let the passive rain. In this farm, every harvest is gain. E, we earning. M, we moving. I, investing. T, we proving. Emissions rolling in, that's daily rewards. Auto compounding, no clicking or boards. We in emit mode, no games, just facts. On pulse chain waves while we stack these stacks. Rising with K-Rose, future unlocked. Decentralized dreams, yeah, we built this block. This is the future, not just a farm, it's a movement. Built on code, trusting that Kairos vision. You're either in a mid mode, or you playing catch up. Crypto dropping alert. Crypto dropping
I love this
alert.
song.
Oh no, market crashing, check them charts. Bags on fire, everything's dark. BTC's tanking, ETH looks dead. Red candle stacking, whole screens red. Dump it hard, ain't no breaks. Liquidations on the way. Solana froze, Avex wrecked. Shua's drowning, send a check. BNB, CZ's gone. XRP, K still on. DOGE, where's Elon? But Ethereum gas still too strong. Wallet shaking, hands go weak. Even my grandma texted me, boys, Bitcoin really dead. I said, nah, just buy instead. Dump it, dump it, dump it hard. Selling fast, dumping large. Charts look bloody, ain't no stars. Scoop the dip, fill the cart. Grab a chip, scoop the dip. Only weekend's gonna trip. Big red candles, fear so thick, but the real one's stacking quick. Oh no, Sol just crashed again. A Vax rugged by fake dev friends. Faith got gas, but fees too high. Bitcoin max is about to cry. Luna flashbacks, knees feel weak. Stable coins ain't looking sweet. USDT, don't check the news. Matic lost its Polygon. Oops. NFT bros packing bags. JPEG monkeys looking sad. OpenSea, yeah, that ship sank. Apecoin looking like a prank. Dump it hard. Selling fast, dumping large. Charts look bloody, ain't no stars. Scoop the dip, fill the cart. Grab a chip, scoop the dip. Only weekend's gonna trip. Big red candles, fear so thick, but the real one's stacking quick. Pulse chain cool, Hicks just chill. RH coins already killed. They at the bottom, we just fine. Time to run or time to shine. DCA, that's the way. If you scared, then sell today. Real ones know when it's low, we just buy and let it grow.
Hex
chill.
just chill.
RH coins already killed. They at the bottom, we just fine. Time to run or time to shine. DCA, that's the way. If you scared, then sell today. Real ones know when it's low, we just buy and let it grow. Pulse chain cool, Hex just chill. RH coins already killed. They at the bottom, we just fine. Time to run or time to shine. DCA, that's the way. If you scared, then sell today. Real ones know when it's low, we just buy and let it grow. Crypto dropping alert. Crypto dropping alert. Oh no, market crashing, check them charts.
Last song, then we'll get started.
Pulse changed quiet. People thought it was dead, but then Richard woke up and the whole space spread. Pulse too strong, no time to wait. Hex is locked, yeah, check the stake. Wake up, it's time to run. No more sleeping, the work ain't done. Hex is locked, bags looking tough. Charts turn green, guess who's up? SEC is watching, Interpol too. They said he fell off, man, that ain't true. Biggest airdrop, changed the game. Forked it all, now he ain't the same. Ink stacking, pulse X lit. Poi on top, solid X legit. Dark token rising, they B-bars back. Market was sleeping, but not for long. No delay, all gas. Pulse chain tech make Ethereum mad. No fees, no cap. Richard called bottom, now we back. Wake up, it's time to run. No more sleeping, the work ain't done. Hex is locked, bags looking tough. Charts turn green, guess who's up? Bitcoin slow, Bit got taxed. Solana glitch and get left in the past. XRP flex, ADA stuck. Pulse got next, y'all out of luck. King and queen, poi, making it rain. Solid XD, fire whale insane. BTV cartoons, teddy bear stacks. Nope, stay winning, yeah, no looking back. Let's token strong, showing respect for those who served, yeah, put them on deck. Pulse X burning, no fees high. Ink stacking, watch it fly. Richard back, market wakes, coins get staked, no more fakes. Pulse chains quiet, people thought it was dead, but then Richard woke up and the whole space spread. Pulse too strong, no time to wait. Hex is locked, yeah, check the stake. It's quiet, people thought it was dead, but then Richard woke up and the whole space spread. Pulse too strong, no time to wait. Hex is locked, yeah, check the stake.
All right. Welcome. We're going to take a look at a whole bunch of Bitcoin charts today, and we'll go through the market. But the sentiment, just to let you know, is going to be turning short-term bearish for the majority of the tokens that are out there. So let's dive right into it. We'll pop this screen up a little bigger, like so. So I'm just basically pulling up a long-term Bitcoin chart. This is the 2-week chart, and what we put on here was the rainbow indicator. This is a stock to flow. This is what they've been using for a long time. if you go on like CoinGlass, they have these stock to flow indicators. This is a really cool one that they have on TradingView. It's pretty cool. Been following this for a long time. So I've got the green lines right over here. These green dashes. These are going to be the top of the bull cycles. So you can see when we're going to be right over here, which is going to be November 2025 right here. So where are we at? We're looking at a channel. We're currently in right here where it hit the top. And I'm expecting it to hit right over here at this 316 mark on this particular one. We bounced off the middle of the channel, which is really bullish. So it's all confirmation that we're going to continue to the upside, at least to this area. And then when we come back down, maybe 40K, I don't know if we're going to finish this or if we're going to break out and continue upwards. There's a couple things that I see that were a little odd. And I'm going to show you some things in the new charts, but this is like an indicator that basically shows the top, where the top should be. And you can see this one right over here tops out and blasts right through it. And you can see this one has a smaller blast. This one doesn't quite make it. So what happened? This was supposed to be way up here. We were supposed to get up into the 125K. This was the level we were supposed to be at last bull cycle. But we never made it. So where are we this bull cycle? It's kind of interesting to see where we're at. So keep this chart in your mind, and let's move on to some of the other ones here in a second. But you can see where we're at as far as the colors go. We're right at this level right over here where we got the pullback, and now we should be getting our last run to the upside, right? So we should be getting this major pop up to this area. So we're getting like 170K, 200K. So we'll see where we go, because we have this big long line right over here that was support. It's more like a middle trend line. So a lot of good confluence in this particular area up in the 300K mark in December on this one. So I think we just got a little bit more sideways actions before we actually start to pop off. But so far, so good. So move on to the next one really quick. This is the other one. This is a really interesting one because the whole chart is kind of like compressing, and it stayed within this trend line. And we can see we're right at the bottom right here. So we're up to this $200 level, a 200K level. Really good looking chart on this one. This is the weekly. Let's pop it up to the 3 week and see what we got, because then we got bigger candles. Still not a. Let's pump it up to a month. All right, so we're going to zoom in so we can see a little bit more where we're at. And the top of this chart over here is going to be some 600K. So according to this, you're not going to get over 600K based off of how this thing is just compressing and compressing and compressing. Right, so you got channels, you're over, you're under, you're going to go back above. So I would expect that your area over here at the 600-700K around December would be the highest you would go. If you break out of here, then it's going to be something very, very unusual from what we're looking at, right? So let's just kind of keep that in mind, that this might not be as high as we wanted it to go. So some people are claiming this thing's going to go into the millions. Can it? Maybe. But according to this TA, we're going to stop somewhere around this area. So we'll pull that chart up later on in the future. And then I also wanted to pull up, this is the bear and bull cycles and where we're at currently. So when we start our bear cycle, how far down are we actually going to go? We have a trend line right over here, just an FYI. I know I'm talking a little early, but we're talking that this right over here would be. So we're going to pop up and go up to December, and then from here we're going to run back down. When we run back down, if we have another bear, like we did here, if we don't have a fifth wave extension or something happening, we would basically run a bear right here, and then our bottom level would probably intersect right about here, because you have these awesome trend lines. You could have another one here, but we're looking at somewhere around 125. So if we end up going up to that 300K, we would come back down to no less than 100K, I would say, in the next bear cycle. So we're talking about this is going to be January 2023. So This would be just a year later. So 2026, December 2026, we'd be at that area. So let's hope for the best on getting these massive run to the upsides with Bitcoin. So you have a wick right over here, so you got a little room to play. But I mean, even these levels over here, these are ridiculous levels. 1,000,009, nah. So another good rainbow chart. It's simplified. It shows you where we're at, where we're going. So we have levels of 231, 251K on this one. These are just projected. None of this is guaranteed. I'm just basing this off a simple support and resistance, the trend lines. So we are going to look at our current chart. Now, this is the one I shared to everybody a couple weeks ago. So if you still have it, you can just basically refresh and look at the new stuff I put on here. I didn't put anything new. It's still the same level. So we took the wick from the bottom of here, and we put the Fibonacci on to here. From the last low to the last high, the 1618 was the target, which we hit at the 95.4 yesterday. We currently came up, and we hit this level, and this was what I was calling. I said, watch out, because we're going to start to pull back right over here. And we did. We got a couple of pullbacks, but then it ran up and finished the rest of the move and closed the candle body right at that 1618. So really good as far as following the charts. It's kind of doing what it's supposed to do in the traditional TA world. So that means that everybody's kind of looking at the same thing if you're looking at TA, because you have this downwards compressing triangle, which is a descending wedge. And once it breaks out of the wedge, it usually has a retest down in this area, but we never had a retest. It popped out and just kept going, which was what I was not calling right away, because I thought we were going to come back down here, retest these levels before we take off. But you got these big, massive candles, which gave a lot of people liquidations. What do we got now? People are still bullish right over here. They think we're going to continue to go. I've got a couple of problems with that. So this green, big green fat line, you have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4 times a break. We retested off that. We got a second retest. So this is still fairly strong support. I don't think we're going to break through this anytime in the near future. But we could come back down to this level right here and then break out. That's possible. We'd be looking at somewhere around the 90K. But in reality, we should actually come all the way back down to at least this level right here, which is about the 87K. So that's what my prediction is right now, is that we get a small pullback before we come back up and start smacking this line again. This is a very traditional pattern. It's something that happens all the time, over and over and over again. We do have a second hit, which makes this green line very weak. So you'll have to watch this green line. If we break that level and get back up over 100K, we're going to be in a completely different scenario, because we would then be breaking this channel. So the channel is going to be a 1, a 2. Now we need a 3 and a 4 to break it. So in reality, if we were looking at this properly, we would come down here, we'd smack that, we'd come all the way back down here, smack that, come up here, smack this, and then we would finally break out. We would hit that 1618 again. We'd come retest off of here, break up, and then we break through that, and then we use it as support. If we're going to continue the upside really fast, this is just June. I don't think it's going to happen that fast. But if we do, that would be the scenario. And we would form some sort of either a flag, or we would do a pennant. So your pennant would be something like this. So this would give you your flag, and then you'd have another flag, and then or a flagpole, and then another flagpole. So if we look at this downwards trend line, we can use that as a good support and resistance level, and then we can go ahead and throw a triangle on here, symmetrical triangle, which is called the disjointed channel, for anybody that wants to be able to use that. And then that channel right over there would currently break out. So this is a bullish pennant. So this is a good projected pattern to come down to. You come down, you hit this level right here, which is the top of this. And then we come up, we smack it again. We don't have enough to actually get through it yet. and then we finally break through. So that's what I currently got on the Bitcoin. This is a parabolic move. You can kind of see what's happening here, what's happening here, what's happening here. Same thing that's happening here. Again, we get pulled back down into this 85K level. So in the next few days, this is a 2-week chart. So yeah, give it another couple weeks to be able to come down here. Maybe we smack this. We got an intersection right here at this level right here. And that's just based off of nothing, actually, because this has not got any confirmation on where it's actually going to go other than up here. So it's got a little bit of wiggle room to actually come. But if you want to put it right here, you have a pivot point right here, and this is going to be on June 9th. So we can see if we end up getting a pullback to that level, and then we end up taking off from there. So far, so good. It's following the same narrative. It's too early for it to be able to run because this is going to be December 2025. We're expecting the same parabolic run that we have right here. And this is the area that we currently be at. We're waiting for this pullback to finish off before we get ran back up. So right now we're here, but we're not quite there yet, because if we were to do that, we'd have to pull it here, and that would be in early September. That's too soon. So I do think we got some sideways action if you're using this. That's the reason why I got this chart pulled up, because it kind of gives you a prediction on where we're going to end up. So I think it looks pretty good. So if this follows the same pattern right over here, you got a level of 166K at the lowest level. And that's just going to be based off the 1618. You can see right here, we had a 1618. We blasted right through it. Right here, we had a 1618. We hit it. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to blast through it again? Or are we going to sit on the sidelines? This was the year that Trump was in office. This was the year that Biden was in office. And this is the year that Trump was in office. So I'm not going to get into politics, but if it's the tariffs and we got a lot of adoption and everything takes off, what are the current possibilities? I don't know. How far can it go? Can it get up to this $700 mark at this time frame right here? That would be ridiculous. If anybody agrees with me, put a comment in the chat and say that they agree, that they think that this looks like a ridiculous price target of 700K. Is it possible? I have no idea. I'm letting you know right now that this is my target zone based off of the traditional TA that you would normally see like this. Normally, again, it's still a pretty big prediction for it to go up to 168K. So what's next? Ethereum. Who loves Ethereum? Whew, what do we got on Ethereum? Let's see. Let's back this off. What do we got? We've got a Fibonacci from the very top to the wick, and that gets us a level at 1404, which we came down to. So we have a reversal pattern, but it might not be done yet. So if we can continue this pattern, this is still a support line that we currently have. We have another pivot point right over here, and that's going to be June 12th of 2025. So I've got that Bitcoin chart that we were just looking at right here. We have a pivot point of June 9th. And I've got a June 12th on this one. This just means that we would come down and close a candle body down here. So do we have more bearish action to go? It's possible. We did hit our target. So this can either continue down for one more fifth wave extension, or it can continue to the upside and break. So what we currently have is a downwards triangle, just like we saw already. What do we have for a pattern? We have this would be an A, a B, a C, a D, and an E. So it looks like we're not quite done with this pattern yet, and we could have some sideways action. Maybe we quickly run all the way up to this level. See this line that's going across right here? That level is going to happen somewhere around May 10th. So maybe we get some more bullish action. This bullish action we can have would run up really quick. That would complete that. So you'd have an A, B, C, D, and then we come all the way back down to finish the E. Like this. Bam. Bam. And then we break out. That is the expected pattern that we're currently looking at. But I'm pretty excited. I don't know how TA works this well, but the 1618 where it wicked down and hit this perfectly, this just blows me away. Anyway, so lots and lots of bearish sentiment going on right now with what's happening with the Bitcoin. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. So this is the one I want to target right here. So Bitcoin currently has a target to run down, and get rid of that. And then the Ethereum also has a target to currently run down too. So I'm not sure that this is going to continue to run all the way up. Let me see if we got a trend line break yet. Yeah, that's a trend line break. So we could continue to run up. This is a pretty good trend line break. So Ethereum is something to watch for this pullback. But once we get to this 14K level, I mean, that's the bottom right there. We really are looking for a higher low. That's what we really want. We want it to come down here. We want it to close somewhere here because we don't have a higher low yet. That's going to actually start our bull run. That's going to start our next cycle to the upside. We still have this major bearish trend line that we're going to hit our head on here in the future. So before we get to here, I mean, is this going to be our top? Is Ethereum going to be suppressed all the way up until this level and only get up to 3,700 and not break its all-time high? That would suck, wouldn't it? I mean, this is November 2025. Let's break it out to December. Let's draw this trend line up here, bear break. Let's go ahead and take this because we have this level right here. Oh, man, this is terrible. Draw this trend line down right here. Look at how those two intersect right at that level. That is so crazy. That's only a 1, 2. That's a 3 times a break. I now have a new top target for Ethereum. You've seen it live right here. New top target for Ethereum is 3,800. That's the top of the bull cycle, January 2025 or 2026, December 2026, December 2025. Where's that blue line at? Let's put this into December. That's crazy. So you're going to hit your head on this. And that trend line goes up and this trend line goes down and you hit that target right there at that 38. So that's not looking good for Ethereum. If anybody's got some other TA or news that they can give me that supports that it's going to break that level, send it my way. I'd like to see what you got. Whew. Sui. What happened with Sui? It hit its head. It can actually still break out and continue up to the $6 mark. Why? Because we have this right here. We have a lower high that bounced off of this level right over here, and we're coming up to this level right here. So this is got a little bit of wiggle room right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this up to the wick because of 3 reasons. Look at how this Fibonacci plays out. So you start with the wick and see this red line right over here. Let's go ahead and add the labels back in there. So just gonna make these bigger so you can see them. And we'll make this bigger so you can see this. All right. So based off of the targets that I currently are using, you basically put this at the bottom, and then you have some other markers that you can use. So if you put this at the bottom and you put the first wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, if you put the wave 1 at the top of the 0.25 right here, you can get a pretty accurate top target of this level right over here, which is $6.80, $6.75. So you can take a look and see if there's other confluence with it. So I was using the candle body, but looking at this, we got this 004, which is the like the last resort. So if this thing comes up and this is the last resort before like it'll bounce off of here and continue to go upwards. So you can have a wave 1 and a wave 2, and it should stop right here. In this case, we just pop right there. So we start with the wick, start right there, come back down, stop at the 0.125, and you came up here, and now you're above the 0.5. This is the golden pocket zone. So you would have a 1. Your Elliott wave structure would be a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. That can come all the way back down to here. And then you're going to have a 5, which is here. So that's the current structure we're looking at on the SUI, right? I called this because you got a 1. This is not even a 2. So this is a 1. This is a 2. That's a miss. So I got 2 hits. So we need 2 more hits to break this. So it's going to come up here, hit its head, and then finally break through it there. So, but since you're inside the golden pocket, I think your lowest level that you're currently going to get to is this $2.90. Why? Look at this level we got right over here, which is a cross level. It broke down. It's going to come over here. It broke right back through it, and now it's going to be support. So I think this is more of an accurate read on where we're going to be. So you're bounced off the 0.5 right now. You can come up here, smack this again, and then come down here to this level. So I would probably say you're going to come up to 360 and then come down to 290 and then pop up to that $6. That's a pretty good run. You got 61 people watching. If you guys could like, share the Teddy Bear. That's fun. So SUI is what's on the table right now. And we're going to come to look at XRP in just a minute, but I just wanted to pop up KRJcrypto. I am the man, the myth, the legend. That's what they claim over on the shit show. But I have my own website, so if you want to know what I'm doing, or you want to get a hold of me, or you want to see the stuff that I got going on, it's all going to be right here. So Teddy Bear is actually the spokesperson. I actually am going to be starting Teddy Bear Productions. So Teddy Bear Productions is basically going to be music, games, and all kinds of fun stuff like treasure hunts. So it's not going to be KRJcrypto that's doing everything. He's just like the background TA guy. That's the builder. He's collaborating with everybody. But for all the games and for everything that we're doing, this guy right over here, I want to use him as the face of all the different stuff I've got going on. But anyway, this is a lot of fun over here. So for anybody that wants to see more KRJcrypto stuff, you can come to krjcrypto.com. I've got some little characters right here. If you go to this page with your phone, your mobile device, your tablet, these guys have a little white button below. If you click that little white button, you can bring this guy to real life. So when I say real life, I mean it's going to turn your camera on. You're going to be able to put him down, and then you can take a screenshot. Same thing with the Bloop the Beluga, and you can't do it with those. But some of the projects I currently am heavily collaborating with, and then I'm going to start to bring these guys in too. So all the different logos. You got the Emit logo, which is pretty cool because if you zoom into this logo, you'll be able to see like all the detail and how it pops out. I created these 3D stuff. And then Dark Horse, which I'm going to get to a little bit later. But this is a really, really cool logo. So Dark Horse has got some stuff going on that New Kids on the Block. But pretty cool. Again, they got that little white dot right over here. So if anybody wants to use this and bring it to real life and help promote their project, You would just click that, you take some screenshots, and then upload it to their group. It's pretty cool. So that's something cool I wanted to bring up. Let's take a look at a few other things. We got any comments going on over here? Anybody in the wings wanted to say hi? Any shout outs? $66 people watching. I need this to be like 1,000. You guys got any suggestions on what you want to see? I got more TA charts. I got pulse chain. I got let's see. All right. Where are we at now? Let's bring it back. See what we got. So I wanted to take a look at XRP. This is one of my favorites. However, it's very depressing because this thing trades like a freaking stable coin. It's not fun to sit here and try to trade this thing, but just to give you a reference on where I think we are is this level right over here. We popped up, traded sideways, and this is from April. We got May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So you got 7 months roughly before you popped up. So let's just go ahead and take this top level somewhere around here, let's say May. So if we take this from here, we'll take this level, which is November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So we're right at that time frame, that 7 month pop, where I think we're going to get like a break and then a pop. So we're really looking for this tiny little break and then before we pop. We're already down here in this zone right over here, so let's watch for a pop. And then these levels actually have to move because we are further along than what I thought I were. So let's go ahead and move these over to this level, which brings us up to $15. $10 and $15 are these two levels based off of these two trend lines we got going on to the upside. This one starts with a wick. It's candle body. It's candle body break. This is going to be a retest level, so you might stop there at that $10. And then this one right over here is just a straight up $17. So XRP looks like it's priming for another pop to the upside. We got good support right over here. We're just looking for more. It's just a ticking time bomb. I swear to God, it's a ticking time bomb. So XRP on this chart, do we have any bearish sentiment going on? Did we break to the downside? I can't tell with the 8-hour chart. Let's go ahead and pop down to the 1-hour chart. Did we get a breakdown? No, we didn't. We're going to use the wick on this one. Man, is that close. Not quite there. You know what? Let's go ahead and move this up here and use this wick and run across here and see what we got. We got a 1, 2, 3. This thing is on the verge of just a flash crash. So I'm hoping that we don't break this line and start trading below 218, 215. This is an hourly chart. So if this continues to break down, we're going to have some bad news. $1.59 is my target that I currently have on this chart. We were doing so good as far as the support goes because here we are looking at these levels right over here. So if this thing falls, you're going to get some bouncing to go. So I'm really, really hopeful for this because when you're looking at this from a more of a macro trend, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 times a break. We got support on this one. We also have this one, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4 times a break. That's also bullish. So XRP does look like it's got some bullish momentum to head up to this 250 on that chart. So I'm hoping that we stay positive on this one, but with the thought of Bitcoin dropping, with the thought of Ethereum dropping, with the thought of SUI dropping, and XRP on the bigger time frames has a little bit of wiggle room to go because you have this level right over here. See that? That's going to be the $1.70. That's going to be the top of that. So do we have some wiggle room to go? This is the 190. This is the 170 mark. So if we come down to this level over here, we would make a higher low before you'd actually break out and take off. I really, really want this thing to come up because you got a 1, 2. I really want this thing to pop up and hit a 3 and then come and break down. That's what I want. Am I going to get what I want? I don't know. But in actuality, we should come down here, hit that $1.75, hit our head, break out from there. That's what I want. So we need a higher low. So we don't want to go any lower than this level, this $1.60 right over here. If we want to pull a Fibonacci and see how far we would actually come down. Again, this is just short term. But if we come up to this level right over here and see where we're at, how far we would come down. Look, the 0.125, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? We're already inside the golden pocket if you're using this as your first hit to the top side and then supporting that. So you can probably get a little bit of wiggle room. But yeah, there's good momentum right around that $1.70 mark on XRP. So we're not bearish yet, but we have the ability to go bearish. So just keep an eye on some sideways action. We're going to run over to some King Pooey. Who loves King Pooey? I tell you what, we are just ready to pop. This thing starts to go, it's going to be gone. Y'all need to trade this, man. This is a freaking amazing. So they have a lot of collaborations with everything. I'm a big supporter of this project. I really like it myself. It is a poop coin, which people would probably say is gross, but it performed well on other chains. And they have a good narrative, a lot of stuff behind them, and they're making connections. So I just want to put a shout out to them for thanking them for putting me in the position to be able to do this for you today. I would not be here doing this. TA stuff, building 3D characters. I wouldn't have advanced as far as I have without their help and their support and their guidance. So shout out to Rip City Hex, shout out to Crypto Compassion, shout out to Vets, and even Randy Hilarski. So, a lot of other people were in on this too to be able to help make this thing pop off the ground. So shout out to everybody. Thank you for letting me build this platform and your website and continue to grow. So if you guys have opinions, good, bad, throw them my way. I'd love to hear it. I'm kind of hearing a lot of stuff in multiple different directions, but this is, we all need to come together on this chain to be able to help this thing grow and pop. Maverick, Sir Dude, thank you for popping in and saying, hey, I appreciate your comments, my friend. Nice to know you're watching. Queen 2. Is it going to be a race between King and Queen? Who's going to end up popping first? Everything is just down, man. Oh, I hope this thing, when it starts popping, it starts going. I mean, it's got bullish momentum. It's broke out. It's just trading sideways. Just not a lot of interest in the actual tokens being traded. So we need to figure out how to get more interest and start playing this game a little better. We're broken to the bullish side. There's nothing holding it back. What did I want to come down to? Oh, trade.kingpooey.com. Whether you love it or hate it, I created this particular page, and it's got some great tools on it. So if you wanted to come down, it's an easy way to be able to trade the actual token without having to do anything. It uses the Pitius platform. You can go straight to the same thing by clicking here. And if you can see, I did the app.pitius, and I have all the strings in here to be able to say this token to this token, so you don't need to go find the contract. I made it super easy to be able to do. So that's the bonus I put on there. We also have the chat. If anybody wants to come in and just say hello into the chat, this is going to be their Discord. So TA and stuff will be popping in here. You can actually chat directly from the website, which is really fun. Let's pop over to the bubbles. What do we got? What's popping? Woo, 3.9%. That's it? 3.9%? We'll have to look at Hex here. I have that in the list. But for anybody, there's a revoke.cash. Again, I'm going to remind everybody to keep your wallets safe and not connected to miscellaneous websites. If something were to happen, you're going to be at risk. We don't want anybody's wallets being drained, so these are tools for your safety that somebody else created. It's a trusted program. But this platform right over here will let you disconnect from all the different websites. And whenever you want to use your token, you have to do a spending allowance. Right now, if you go into this platform, you can stop those spending allowances as well. So definitely cool to make sure that you keep your system clean to prevent rug pulls, draining. If you want to swap any tokens, this is using Change Now. You can simply just use this platform. You can go from chain to chain. So a lot of people are still having problems with getting money onto the chain. This is one way to do it. The other way is going to be through Pulse LN. You can actually transfer more money with Pulse LN. And it's just a matter of taking some of this SOL right over here and then swapping it for this. And then it goes straight into your wallet. Super simple. Let's move on to, we already seen KRJcrypto. Now we have to bring you the fun. All right, so this is Teddy Bear. This is me. This is my token, and it was trading sideways, going down, and having all this fun stuff. And we were looking at this support level, 1, 2, 3, and 4 times a break, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, this big green candle came in. We had some. I was collaborating with some new people. And it looks like people started showing some interest and started buying it. So there's only 1.5K worth of liquidity. So if you're going to get in on this, there's not a lot of liquidity. So I want to be able to build this up to 10K. When the games get built that I'm creating, the organic liquidity that comes in cash is going to be injected into the actual token. So I'm going to grow this thing organically, whether you're buying it or not. So if you want to get into it, this is your opposition. So I'm looking at this downwards trend, which is a flag, a bull flag technically, and she popped up all the way up here. Started to get wicked down. That's a crazy chart. I was not expecting that at all, but it continued to run to the upside, and we'll see where it goes from here. But you got good support at this level right over here, so I'm going to continue to watch this. So to the people who believe in me and want to be able to get on this, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. We're going to move on to the Emmet farms. We have Emit, which is where you can, if you hold LP tokens, liquidity tokens, you can come over here and you can take those liquidity tokens and you can put them into a farm. Whether you want to do like, like DAI, WPLS, Inc, PLSX, people have LP in this. You can come over here and you can basically put them into the farm, and you'll get Emmet tokens as a reward. And just an FYI, we finally got a Deddy and a Mitt. I spoke to Karos, who's a really good guy, and the consensus was that we would go ahead and put this in. So we have a Deddy and a Mitt pair right now for liquidity. So $54. I might pop that up to maybe $500 today as far as liquidity goes, and start moving this one to the upside. So I currently hold a good handful of Emit. I like his project, and I think it's going to continue to grow. It's very similar to the incentive token, the Inc token. You basically are farming your LP tokens, and you're getting a reward for that. So it has a really, really low supply right now. So it wouldn't take much to physically pop that token into existence. All right, let's move on to Pulse Chain. Who likes Pulse Chain? I like Pulse Chain. Looking at it, we had a wick up here, which kind of made me a little nervous that we weren't actually going to stop at my 1618 target. Just to show you on this chart, this is the daily chart. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4 times a break. It's not quite a 4. It's looking like it's a little weird here, but you're probably going to have to bring this down and not use the wick. You still don't have it, so I still got some wiggle room right over here that I want to question. This looks more like it was a 1, 2, 3, 4 times a break, and then popped off. So, and then this was a 4 times a break. So this this last thing I had right here is invalid. So we're going to use this one right over here, which is definitely a 1, 2, 3, 4 times a break in support, 4 times a break in support, and now we're currently to the upside. Now, what we don't have is a higher low. So this is our level we want to be able to look at. And again, it falls on that same principle with the Fibonacci. You grab the Fibonacci from here, and you stretch it up, and you use the 0.25 right on the top of wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. So where are we? Can we wiggle this around a little bit? Yeah, we can probably wiggle that right here. So this is a good zone, actually, technically. We could pull that down a little bit more. But from the looks of where we're at, this looks like a really good place to be able to sit, this area. We have to wait for more confirmation on where this comes down. But you're inside the golden pocket right here. So this golden pocket zone would mean you'd come back down here and get a higher low. So we really, really need a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then from here, we come back down and get a higher low. So this is going to be the first set of waves. This is going to be the first 5 waves of 5 waves. So it's going to be 5, 3, 5. So we're going to currently have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside, and then we'll have a 1, 2, 3 to the downside wherever this falls, and then we'll have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. So that's where we're currently looking at. So I'm looking at a level that's still half of SAC price. Half of SAC price. So in the next week or so, I would say we'd probably come down to this level, right around the 0.002 before we end up popping back up here. So we need a pullback right over here. Small. Time token, currently doing the same thing. It's going to come back down here to these levels and then pop up. It's just trading sideways. That's all time does. It's a good token. You're getting rewards. We're going to pull up the up token. And again, I'm going to reiterate that we had a cup and a handle, which is this one right over here. This is a cup. This is a handle. And now we got a bigger cup. We got a bigger handle. So we still have a target to meet up here at this $1 mark. So we're currently just broke out of here. So again, we get a pullback to these levels right over here before we end up running up again. So good area to come up and smack your head right over here, which is going to be on May 7th. Come down here, break it, and then head up there. So who's going to be the winner between up and up X? Who's got the comments? Who's got the alpha? Put it in the comments. I want to see. Looks like up X is lagging behind the up token. But again, we still got that pretty good mark over here. It's going to be a 200%, according to what I'm looking at, the sideways action. So if that's the case, we can look at a target somewhere around June 15th. That's a good looking happy face, I'll tell you what. It's nice to be able to see green candles on the weekly chart versus these downwards candles. I do think we're really, really in this uproar of a new rubber band. Hex, what are you doing, Hex? Hex doesn't even know what it's doing. It's still inside this channel. You're above the middle line. We're not even going to go there. E-Hex, what are you doing? Well, it ran up to the target as I expected, and now what's happening is it's coming down, and you're inside of the caution zone. we called this the caution zone. So if you're looking at a Fibonacci or Elliott wave, you're going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we hit our target. Now our lowest level that we can come down to is this level right over here, which is 0017. 0017 would be the lowest target that you'd come down to here. Before that, you'd pop out. And it looks like we hit the resistance on the bigger time frames. What are we looking at? A daily? Oh my God, I got to go up to a 3-day? Sure do. 3-day it is. That current resistance. Man, this thing is messing me up. So your resistance is definitely around the area that we hit. We should come back down and pop up. Man, we only got weeks left to go before we end up running. Weeks before we end up getting excited for this big rubber band expansion. I mean, I think we should be way up here. Incentive token, what are you doing? Well, you broke down, you're hitting your head, and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is being traditional. So you're going to come down here, and you're going to break off of this support right over here, and if you continue to hit this, you can hit that 1, 2 more times, and then come up to the top of this channel, back up to $4, $4.50. I don't know, man. This is just all sideways action stuff. You know, the incentive token is a dump token, and the dump tokens usually don't do very well. But there's a difference in what's happening right now because of Richard Hart got rid of the emissions. He lowered them quite significantly. So, I mean, we would have to be back up to these levels in the $50 range, $30 range for it to be worth it to be doing the farms. If you want to do the farms right now, if you want to be able to take your LP and earn tokens right now, emit is the way to go. That's going to be emit.farms. Take your LP, stick it in here, and some of these are getting 300%. You can even do single-sided. Single-sided at 113 right now if you just own emit. Otherwise, if you don't want to own emit, you can come down here and you can get INC and PLSX. You come down here and get PLS and Hex. So if you already own the LP, but you're not doing anything with it, you have 47% APY right here, which versus what you're getting on Pulse Chain. So come over here, get your emit, and use that for the time being. I would really encourage that's the route we look. I'm trying to help him out. He's a good guy. Kairos is a good guy. He's actually been getting a lot of attention lately. Teddy bear, flat, dead, gone. I don't even know why I'm even talking about this anymore. We currently have a lot of resistance that we're still underneath, and even if we do get above that resistance, holy cow, you're going to hit your head on 1, 2, 3, 4 different lines, 5 different lines. So this is dead, man. There's nothing left of Teddy bear. Teddy bear. Solid X. I have no opinions for Solid X right now. It's currently got a lower. It's currently got a higher low, but it's just $10, man. We're going to start to discuss this again once we get somewhere around that $39 level, because we have this horizontal, beautiful level. This is where we want to be. We break this, and we're going to be off to the races. So we'll see what Firewhale does with this one. And if he continues to support this one and grow and burn the token, I think it's going to be a really, really good token for the future. If you can see what they're doing to the Discord, their Telegram now, they're doing basically a brand change. They have a new logo, and it looks like they have a fresh face. So that's really, really positive for what we're looking at. But you have to understand that the TA says that your price is stuck at this level right here. You got to be able to break that level. That's going to break the ice. That $11. If you break that $11 level, you're not gonna come back down to $11 again. So I like the direction that they're currently going. Got a comment where somebody's asking if EHEX can hit 50 cents by quarter 3, quarter 4. October is going to be your bullish month, obviously, and we shouldn't start taking off until July. So we still got. Let me put this on the 3-day so we can get a better idea of where we would end up. Let's get a fresh look at this, and let's throw it on the log chart. The logs are going to get me a better understanding of where we're at, where we're going to be, and let's chart this live. Rechart live. That's a good indicator that we're looking at the middle of the channel. This looks like you have zero resistance left. If that thing hits this line, it's bullish from there. You're still bearish until you're bullish. But looking at the EHEX, let's paste that back in there. Boop. And then where are we going to end up? Let's take this wick right over here. We'll draw some support right here. This is going to be resistance. Make this one yellow. And we got a wick, a candle body, break. So this is a confirmed bear break. And we're going to hit our head on this one. This looks like a really, really good area to come up to. So we, in the next day or so, this is a 3-day chart. We could pop up to that level and hit our head on that one more time, but that's 4 times a break. So it's not quite ready yet. There's a few things to look at. You did break this level. This is the downwards action right here. This is down. And then it came up here. You came down again. And you should have closed below this level right here. But you closed the candle body above that level, which means that you have now changed the direction. Now what you're going to need is you're going to need a higher low. Did we get one? We did. We got a higher low right here from where we were currently at. From the bottom, this would be one big wave 1, wave 2, and our top zone would be a $1.34. Would be on the logarithmic chart. You can take a look at these levels, and you can get a better understanding of the Fibonacci and what it's doing right now. So you start off with the wick. You put the 0.25 right here on the top of wave 1. This is going to be a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. That's a completed 5-wave structure. And now you're going to have a 1 or an A, B, and a C down. So we got that structure completed. Now we need start another set of 5 waves of the upside. And this one should have the most amount of volume. We're looking for more volume for these legs right over here. As soon as you break these levels over here, I think you're going to have massive volume in this area right here, which is going to be the June. Again, we're going to get a pullback to be able to get a smaller one. So this starts a new set of 5 waves. So how far will your 5 waves go? Because our target is going to be the 1618 off the top of this. So if you take from here to here, your 618 is going to be this zone right over here at the 01 cents. So I do think that we do have a pretty good run to go. But if we're going to be in this zone, I would probably say this 0.5 would be where we're at. So if you run another Fibonacci from here up to this 0.5, which is the target zone, we can see we're stopping at the 0.25. So I would probably take your wave 1, your wave 2, your wave 3, your wave 4, and your wave 5. Again, you got to hit your head on this a couple of times before you can actually break out. So maybe we do come up here and we smack this level again. It may smack this a couple of times before it actually goes on the way up. But if you can break this yellow line right here on the way up, it's extremely bullish. We're going to make this one green because that's what we want. We want this thing to be. So you break this line, we're going to be extremely bullish and it's going to run up. So I got a level of the next level to the upside is going to be at 3 cents. That's could be realistic. Are we going to run up to 50 cents? The lowest level that we would run on this by December of 2025 would be this level right here at this $1.34. That's what I would expect. You want to check out PDI? Proof of no work? I'm going to get to that. I have those to go through. So I'm going to come back to your questions in just a little bit. Looks like Daddy Bear is frozen. All right. Yeah, we're going to get rid of Solid X. I'm going to get rid of this. Let's start over at Mintra. I'm going to come back to the PDI because that's over in this area right over here. I got a few more charts to get to, and then we'll look at PDI. PDI and the pump tires. Okay, we can look at that too. But keep an eye on Mintra. If NFTs are going to be the next, are going to pop back in to existence, you're going to want to take a look at what's happening with actually PDI. With PDI. Don't listen to me, just listen to me. We got Mintra right over here, which is the platform used for minting NFTs. If for some reason the NFTs pop off again, and Mintra's already in place to be able to do what it's supposed to do, I think you'll be in a really good shape. I'll pull it up in a minute. Thanks for giving me those that really quick. So just letting you know right now, Mintra has got a bottom. It needs another higher low, but this may actually get a lot of attention. So this may be a hidden gem. I know that something happened with Mintra where the founder ran away with the SAC funds, or I don't know what happened, but I'm just looking at the TA portion of this, and you have your head to hit on right over here at your horizontal level. But at these levels right over here, it might be a good investment to think about getting into. Not financial advice, but holy cow, this was a pretty nasty fall. It came down here. So they have no trading volume, man. No buys and no sells. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I'm giving them too much credit. Maybe they're only pumping because they're locked in. What are they doing? 5 hours ago, 1 day ago, 1 day. Yeah, they weren't even listed anymore. So if you don't, this is red alert zone, questionable. So Mintra currently is hitting the target right over here, but unless they get some attention, they ain't gonna go anywhere. They're gonna do nothing. We have the Gray's currency. Now you've come back down to you've hit your wave 1 and your wave 2. You're going to continue to the upside. I hope this thing runs up really quick, man. These are some awesome levels, but we are in the target zone for it to turn around and start going the other way. We were already inside the buy zone. If you didn't get inside the buy zone, you're back to that level where I don't think it's going to get back into the green. So PTGC currently looks pretty good. Give me 1 second. I need to fix my my Daddy Bear character real quick, and we're gonna shoot to a song really quick. Just give me a quick break while we do that. What should we play? Hopeism. I made this song called Hopiism. It's pretty funny, actually. If you like country.
Up and down, red and green, ain't no fear, I'm riding clean. That's Hopiism. Prices falling, let them drop far. I ain't crying, I'm watching NASCAR. Bitcoin dip and Ethereum too. DCA, man, you know what to do. Crypto dropping, folks in fear. I just cracked myself a beer. Red don't mean it's time to cry. I see discounts, I see buys. Solana slipping, IVAX too. Sui, man, what it do? Ethereum's cheap, grab a stack. Might just buy and never look back. Pulse looking steady, stakes locked in. We built a system that's built to win. King and queen boys laughing up, X won't stop. PTGC still sitting at the top. It's Hopiism, not hopelessism. We just buy, don't play no victim. DCA, I'll buy it anywhere. Stack them up, don't have a care. X is locked, pulse is tight. Richard called it, he was right. Solix running, ink burns hot. Dark tokens climbing, take your shot. Oh no, charts turn red again. Twitter Spaces full of pain. Dogecoin fell flat, Shiba too. Even BNB caught the flu. My wallet's crying, fees too high, but I just bought more cause I ain't shy. Selling's dumb, we holding tight. Give me that dip, man, pass that bite. Bobby called, Bubba said we're doomed. Bubba said, boy, just buy more soon. Some folks panic, some folks sell. I just stack and wish them well. Markets broke down like a Ford truck.
Send those to me in my Telegram.
I just looked up. Ain't no fixing what's built all wrong. But crypto bouncing back before too long. Not broke down like a Ford truck. I'm still riding, buying up. Ram it up, don't slow down. Crypto's wild, but we stay proud. It's Hopiism, not hopelessism. We just buy, don't play no victim. DCA, I'll buy it anywhere. Stack them up, don't have a care. Paul 6 burning, teddy bear strong. King and queen pooey dancing all night long. Pulse Bitcoin, ASIC 2 up. X token, we breaking through. When life gives dips, we scoop them up. We ain't crying, we run it up. Ain't no banks, ain't no tricks. Code is law, man, that just sticks. Hopiism's here, no turning back. Bought so much, I need a stack. Sipping whiskey, watching green. Pump it up, y'all know what I mean. Bubba, my portfolio's bleeding. I knew I should have sold. Boy, you gotta have Hopiism, just scoop the dip. I ain't scooping nothing but my tears, so I'm buying more.
Pump tires. Why did he call it pump tires? That's an interesting concept. I'm going to put this one off to the side for a minute. We'll do some live chart, and I want to go ahead and finish up these last few that I was looking at, which was anti-gravity. Now, there's two darks out there because there just has to be some confusion in the market. So we've got a couple of things. We got anti-gravity, which is the dark matter. This is the one that I was talking about quite a bit. She broke out. She's got some sideways action happening. You're back in the green zone, but you got a target of $787 for. I think that looks pretty nice. Let's go ahead and pop this over so you can actually see what we're looking at. Like, there you go. So Let me make me disappear. How about that? Boom. So we're looking at a good bounce right over here. This would be a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 because you stayed above here. And now you're on your way up to wave 5. So you got all this horizontal action right over here. So the next time it comes up to hit this, it's just going to break right through. So I would say your next target is going to be up in the $7 range, $74. That would be a great place to be able to stop at. That's going to be a double top over here. Let that thing trade sideways and come up here and smack that. So good job with keeping the anti-gravity in good bullish zone. This thing's just a good sideways action token, low supply. And then we also have the dark horse, which is the this one down here, this guy right here. This is the dark horse thing. So pretty cool. I made the 3D thing. So anybody that wants to go to KRJcrypto.com, they click the little button with their phone, and then this is a token, or this thing right over here. They can make it pop up in real life. You can leave a comment. That'd be awesome if you guys did that. Show me a screenshot. Let's get back to Dark Horse. Currently, it looks like they probably are going to have a pullback and get back to the green zone. That's this level right over here where they currently were at. That's if they break this bottom right here. So they're looking for a, this is the bottom. This is a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. This would be a wave 4, and then they're going to come up to wave 5. So this is your buy zone. So if this thing ends up coming down, we only got a 1, 2, 3 hit. You would come down to this level. We're in this descending triangle, which is a A, B, C, D, E pattern, and then you break out. So currently Dark Horse looks like a small pullback before it continues to the upside, but once it starts heading up this next leg, it's going to be massive. And we're looking at Dark Chief, which is, I'm not sure like what the confluence is between these two tokens, but they're all part of the same project, same founder. So Dark Chief just looks like it's already done and it's ready to pop out. So it's going to be a race to see who's going to win. Dark Chief is currently in the area right over here where it should be popping out to do one of these because it's a newer token and it hasn't had that pop up yet. So we might see some eyebrows being raised on this pretty soon. And then somebody had a question about dominance the other day. So dominance ran up pretty fast, pretty strong, but it smacked its head right on the trend line. It started to get scary here for a minute because it actually was popping above it, but yeah, she got rejected. Now your zone to come back to is this zone right here. This actually looks like it finished a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can come all the way back down to this level right here. This is. I don't have much information on dominance but this is your target zone to buy back. If you're out of it at 65 cents, that would be your good target area before you pop out and break that. So I don't know what dominance is. I'm not really paying too much attention to it, but if you're in this project, this is a cup and a handle. So you currently have your handle that you're currently in. So you have to have your channel. Like so. Let's go ahead and put a channel like this. So that would be well, let's bring it up here. Let's be a little more sexy. Let's go ahead and use the same trend line on the down right over here, but we'll use this as the last pivot point, and then use this as a channel. So you're gonna boom, 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 and then your breakout. So this is gonna be your cup, your handle, and then your measured move off of that. So a little bit longer on this one. This can happen for another month. What am I on? This is the daily time frame. And then I also wanted to bring up Beast because someone was mentioning that Beast was dropping. I just want to let you know that there's 139K with wrapped Bitcoin. This is the real Bitcoin, not the fake Bitcoin that I was informed. So if Bitcoin price is going to go down even more, this will be suppressed even more because they are the highest liquidity pair. So again, on Bitcoin, we should have a pullback. And this one right over here we should still have another pullback. However, when we look at the chart, we hit the level perfectly on the resistance zone. So this is good support, which means that I think that we would probably trade sideways and bounce off this level and then continue to the upside. You would consider it to be more like this. That's what I would expect on here. Is it going to drop below this level? If you do, then you don't have much of a zone to actually play with. But this is your only support zone you've got left. You hit it once, you hit it twice. If you're going to come down here and hit it a third time, it's going to break down. You're going to scoop it and then come all the way back up. But Beast tied up a WBTC, very smart move. In the future, not now, because we have months in July before we actually start to move to the upside. So if you want to scroll this out a little bit, and if you think Bitcoin is going to go up to 150K or 200K or 700K, and they're being supported off of it, then you would actually come down here, break that, and then go to the upside. So but right now you hit good buy zone. So this is a good buy zone right here. That was a nasty drop of like 80%. But with that, you look at the I was going to pull up the pulse chart. PDI. I just wanted to bring up PDI. It's currently dropping tokens, not minting tokens now. So for some reason, this is doing a contract burn. When you look at the chart, it's still doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. We could get a pop up here really soon before we get another drop. But yeah, there's nothing good to talk about with PDI. The minter has stopped, and I think the narrative is still kind of going there. They're doing the exact same thing that the LUSD used to do. An open chat where people can complain and yada, yada, yada. I did want to just take a look at these. It doesn't look like USDC. Pulse chain version is minting. The Tether's not minting, and the WBTC is not minting. So these are always a question on if these copy versions are going to start to mint. So every week I'm keeping an eye on these numbers, and I'm comparing it to what's in my SR Trader Telegram. Let me run over here real quick. Anti-gravity is, anti-gravity is really interesting because if you TA wise, so proof of work says anti-gravity dark is also highly deflationary as people are buying it. But the problem with being highly deflationary on a token like this is they ain't got no tokens. That's it. That's all they got. 1 million. So with only 1 million token supply and they're highly deflationary, the price chart itself, what is it going to do? Is it just going to go up to some ridiculous thousands of dollars a token? Is that a thing? Is that possible? I mean, it's a good narrative, but you don't have any tokens. So now you run into a scenario where once you're up in the thousands and 2000s, now you got people that are buying parts of a token, which is something that's rarely seen in the crypto market because, you own 20, 30. You're not owning Ethereum or Bitcoin. Even Binance right now, you're getting hard for a lot of people to own one Binance because it's up in the $500 range. So if this is up in the $1,000 range, you're going to have people owning like 0.5 anti-gravity dark, which is okay. It's just different. And I don't really know how people will react. I was told one time when people were trading Shiba and Dogecoin that people like a lot of tokens, like it makes them feel rich if they own a lot of those. So I don't know how the market will actually adapt to something you're only holding like 0.25% of a token. And that would be the only negative with this, but I do think it's got a lot of potential to head up into the thousands without a problem. So being the $790 for token, this is not unrealistic at all. It's very, very realistic, very easy to reach. Won't take much to actually get it there either with the 1.8K worth of liquidity that they've got here. So I do agree that Dark has got some interesting metrics for the future, which are different from everybody else. What do we got? 138 people in the chat. Thank you very much for everybody that's in here watching. I appreciate all of your time, all of your energy. Like, share. KRJcrypto is going to be doing this every week. Let's see. What do we got? No top prediction on Flex. PHEX. No top prediction on PHEX. I don't know. Right now, PX is just doing sideways. It's doing the same thing that Time Token's doing. See the similarity between those two? Get rid of these. They're like a mirror image of each other. See what I'm saying? So where do we see Hex going? Like PHEX. It's not performing the way that I would want it to perform. So it's a little harder to judge versus something that's been out there a lot longer, that's already had its ups and downs. But let me give it a better shot real quick and see what we got. Let me get rid of all this stuff, paste that back down there. And this is just the just throw a fib on there. Simple. We got high or low. Let's see where we're at. We want the red line right over here to be at the bottom right here. We missed the 0.25, so we are already above. So I would be afraid that this would get another lower high when we come down. Like this is just a weird looking chart when it comes to TA. Top predictions. If you just say, okay, let's go ahead and use both of these as the bottom. You want to run the 0.25, you'd be at $18, $16 if you're using this respectively. And that's on the logarithmic chart. But when things trade sideways like this, they don't just like pop straight up. So this is going to have to be like not this cycle to hit these levels. This is probably going to be next cycle in 4 years from now. You know what I'm saying? So PHEX by itself does look like it's got some momentum to at least a reversal, but it's already below the 0.04. So really, we need this thing to pop up somewhere and then come back down, and then at least reject off of here before we do it. So we basically are going to reset the chart and start it from here. Let's come up, let's reject off of this level, and then let's continue to the upside. So this is the top of wave one, but it's still a sideways action. See what happened here? I mean, you got a higher low right over here, but you ended up breaking it down here. So are we going to get another lower high? Lower low? I don't know. It doesn't have a lot of excitement for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just blah. Is it following anything? Is it that's future projection. Here's the current projection. It's currently hitting the golden pocket. I don't know, man. It just doesn't have nothing for me. Doesn't have any momentum. You're on the verge of breaking down again, which is going to be hit your golden pocket, come down here, hit this level. And that's based off of this right over here. So this pattern is currently done. Break these levels at the 0.34, and then we can start having a better conversation, because then I can run some predictions like since I don't have a top target, you can take this tool right here. Where is it here? Forecast, and you can run this here, and then you can run this up and see where you'd end up. So I have a 16.8 right over here. 1618. This is the level we'd be currently looking at. So let's look at the time frame on that. It's going to be May 2026. See, I don't know if you still have a lot of negativity with Hex. If Hex can get onto exchanges, then we can start having a different conversation. You come up here, you hit this level, and then you come back down, you break this. Now you're going to have a different perspective because you're going to be running more like this. So find a top target of, I don't know, $3 based off of if this is your level right over here. This is just hypothetical, not TA at all. I'm just kind of throwing this out there where you currently be sitting at. So you got your 0.5 right over here. So that would give you this level. I don't know. Let's put the 0.25 right on the top of here. So this is your level. This is your 0.25. Let's just say this is going to be wave 1, wave 2. And then you end up here at this $17 mark. You hit your head on the golden pocket right over here. So we'll keep an eye on Hex, but until you start getting up in these levels again and you start breaking that, I don't know. I hold it, but we're going to look at pump tires. Let me get rid of a few of these really quick. Bam, 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 bam. So pump tires just look like it's got a little bit more left to go down, and then a pop to the upside. But again, you have the same scenario with the ability for this thing to run would be ridiculous. The percentages you get on that, this is a log chart, so it's not out of context, being that it's at the beginning of its life cycle. But if you were to go from here to here, you'd be looking at another 5,800%. Realistic or not, but you currently have all this sideways action right over here, so there's no resistance left. If this thing pops, it's going to pop. So this is going to be currently leg 3, which has the most amount of volume. So you can expect this thing to pop up to at least this 0.5. Easy. And then I don't know, you could be looking at a cup and a handle from here. See if we can find the P-die. That's the one. How much liquidity I got on 138K? you want me to troubleshoot this? You want me to tell you this? All right, so let's put on a log chart, see if we get anything worth looking at. This is the 4-hour chart. Let's pop it down to the daily chart. Ba-bum, bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, ba. Why would you buy a fake die? What would be the purpose? That's my question. Like, we know it's not going to be a stable coin. It makes it more confusing for the new people coming in. But let's just say that this is a meme and it's funny. I don't think it's funny, to be honest with you. Yeah, your resistance, man. You could... this wick right over here really has me messed up because it looks like you can still continue to run to the downside. I would say that you'd be looking at something like this. Put me in a big triangle. This is too short of a triangle. So I don't think we're done with the bottom move yet. This is a bullish pattern, but you need to let it continue. So if we can find an actual bottom, if we go from the last high to the last low, so this is the I mean, you don't have a lower, you have nothing right over here to show that it's got any structure for the Fibonacci, but this is the target I got. So if you come down to here, golden pocket zone. It's just a sexy guess, man, that this would be your bottom level over here. Let's get it off of, at least it looks even worse when you're not on a log chart. Like you can't really even troubleshoot this. The TA doesn't work very well for this version of, but this is the most likely scenario. This is the same pattern you've seen with Bitcoin. It's the same pattern, except for you didn't come all the way down. So you're currently sitting at this level right over here. You're currently sitting right here, and you're waiting for that next drop to go to the downside. That's what you're currently waiting for. But you didn't complete the level at the top, nor do you have this. This pattern doesn't even look right because you should have had one of these, and you had one of these, and then you had this. So you got some sort of a structure, but you don't have any of that. I'll have this. I'll have a PDI chart for you next week. I'll put this one on the list. I'll put it right here for you, and then we'll come back and take a look at that. So I have not really charted any of these, but I mean, you got some resistance right over here. You got some support, but this support's really, really weak. If you put some trend lines on this right over here, you're right here ready to break down. And if you break down, it still looks like you have the rest of this way to come down. So this is already a 1, 2, 3, 4 times a break. So if this thing comes down, I think it's going to get hit worse than WPLS, for example. WPLS comes down this far, where DAI and some of the other ones, they sell off. I think what happens is when Pulse Chain starts going off, you'll see this one tend to drop. Let's take a look at the difference between what's happening. So, yeah, so Pulse Chain, I think this one's still going to be drowned out. When Pulse Chain starts flying, this thing is still going to be just trading sideways and not doing nothing. This is the ratio between the actual DAI and WPLS. So you were much better holding PLS through this price structure because it's just being sold off. It's a meme coin. Okay, so if Pulse Chain is really diluted, wouldn't you say? I mean, there's tons of tokens out here that have utility, that are doing something that are going to have a future, like Teddy Bear, for example, that nobody's paying attention to, but yet people are buying a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a 138K of a pump tires token that a whale holds. Richard. So, I mean, for me, everything on this chain is backwards when it comes to actually what you're going to invest in and why you invest in it. And memes are supposed to be funny. What's funny about this version of PDI or Maddie Allen's version or, PDI was a black eye to the whole ecosystem for years. And it's something that I think we should just bury and let it go away. That's my personal opinion. But as far as the price structure goes and why you would invest in this, I personally don't know. But it looks like from the chart, it looks like people are actually buying and selling this. I just don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think it's just going to go to the wayside. I think you're better off with a pumped out tires than getting into this. I think you'll have much more pump. And you really have to compare this pump.tires to the other pump platforms out there. But I think you're better off with having pump suit your, not market cap, WPLS. So you're much better off. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like when you compare it to the other one, you were better off holding pump than you were holding the PDI version. And it's, I mean, this is just being drowned out as bad as Solid X is. So, but good thing is you got a 1, 2, 3, 4 time as a brake on pump tires. You don't have that on the PDI. So again, I think that the narrative of PDI should just go away, and I think it's going to be erased. So that's my TA on that. Anybody else got any more charts they want me to pull up really quick? I can do something live. All right, I just want to reiterate one more time. Thank you, everybody, for coming to play. I do have my website if anybody wants to see what I'm doing. If you want me to do stuff for your site, if you have a project that you want me to make a logo for, if you come to KRJcrypto.com with your phone, you can come down to these little logos right here. They're going to have a little white dot below it. If you click that, it'll turn your camera on. You can place it down, and you can it'll show you all the good stuff. It'll let you take a screenshot, and then you can post that to your social media. So if you have a project and you want one of these created for you, see, it's even 3D. It's got the little lips. I'll create it for free for you. Just come over here, let me know, and then I can host it for you. I can post it on my site so anybody can get to it, or we can even have you host it on your site. I'll show you how to do it. So Dark Horse is the one I currently just made. This is the 3D one I just created with AI. Does need a couple little touch-ups, but for the most part, if you're just taking this and chucking it down to promote for their community, it's really, really cool. So even got a little this is supposed to be an ear, but AI made it a unicorn. Little tidbit that they don't know. So you got a unicorn right here. And there's lots more TA coming. If you come to the website, I can see how many people actually joined the live right here. So anybody that comes here, they'll be able to see it. But that's it, guys. Thank you very much for your time. Let me pop back up my face. There we go. So if you want to next week, if you guys want me to do another update session, I can do it probably Wednesday. I'm looking to see if the shit show guys are going to be back. I kind of miss having them around. And if you want any characters to pop up on your streams, just give me a holler. Text on Telegram. Appreciate you. Have a good one, guys. Outro music.
This one's for the builders, the stakers, the Hicks OGs. NFT crew paying 0 in fees. Best on Pulse Chain, no debate to spark. Others just launched, but we left a mark. Built from the ground, no gimmicks, no games. Vaults on auto, missions the same. When you know, this a DeFi flame. And the whole space watching as we stake our claim. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engines are hot, ignition begun. Countdowns up, all systems go. Token emissions in a steady flow. NFT holders prepped and clear. 0 fees, no friction here. Auto compound like a launch protocol. Built on chain, no rug, no stall. They stuck on bridges, we fly direct. Pulse Chain live, what did you expect? No cap, no wait, no fear of the dip. We build, we launch, we run this ship. This ain't hype, this mission is real. Vaults get fed while the rest just kneel. FAM, that's how we move. DAO got votes, we push and approve. NFT pass, full unlock. No fee farming, that's the shock. Code don't sleep, no need to guess. And mission control built for success.
community's loud. Proposals up and the fam feels proud. On-chain votes, no backroom deals, just gas efficient. Real world yields, social feeds buzz, they see what's next. While we farm quiet, they post flex. Emit ain't noise, it's structure, it's flow. Built by the fam and it's starting to show. We don't do gimmicks, we don't do fluff, just smart contracts, lean and tough. Mission logs tight, the course is locked. And when it lifts off, no one's shocked. Initiating launch sequence. Fuel reserves confirmed. Voting complete. DAO synced. Pulse chain cleared. Vaults online. Emission control stable. Prepare for thrust in. 3, 2, 1. Lift off. This ain't hype, this mission is real. Vaults get fed while the rest just kneel. FAM, that's how we move. EAO got votes, we push and approve. NFT pass, full unlock. No fee farming, that's the shock. Code don't sleep, no need to guess. Emission control built for success. Trajectory locked. Auto yield engaged. This is not a test. Built from the ground. Launched on Pulse Chain. Led by the fam. Governed by the DAO. This is emission control.
This one's for the builders, the stakers, the Hicks OGs. NFT crew paying 0 in fees. Best on Pulse Chain, no debate to spark.
For those that are still here, just letting you know I'm actually looking at XRP getting a breakdown. So it's not confirmed. A little bit of wiggle room. I'm sitting on the hourly time frame, but this looks pretty nasty, man. To start out with this wick right here. And I shouldn't be on this low a time frame when I'm looking at it like this, but you can see this going up, smacks across here perfectly. So that's 2 hits. That's a miss. This is a 3, and this is about to get a 4. So if this breaks down, we're going to have that nasty fall. I'm on the hourly time frame, which is pretty macro. On the lower time frames, we could already be broken. No, not yet. Not yet. It's right on the cusp. And we'd be looking at possibly a head and shoulders. Yeah, look at here it goes. 219 down to 170. It's a pretty good drop. Look at that bitch go live real time. XRP is just a very interesting token to trade because it's bullish, but it's bearish at the same time because all this sideways action right over here, I don't know if this is just manipulation or what, but it's just crazy to trade this. Super hard, not very easy. It does fake outs. It'll do something where it close a candle body down here, break structure, and then turn around and just blast the other way. Even when you got the 4 confirmed. So like probably Matic is probably one of the easiest ones to trade. So but this one right over here, I'm really hoping that we yeah, see, look at this. There's no way that this is going to continue the upside right now. We need to have a pullback. And to be honest with you, I really think that this thing should actually come all the way back down to the 75 cents. Because this is a Bart Simpson pattern, so I don't really care too much for watching that. So whoever's watching, if you go into the live, that the Bitcoin live chart, this will be the last time I post it. You'll be able to see it right there. But that's going to be this chart. So when I make an update to it, you'll be able to see. But we should come down this way. But save that chart, and you can look back at it anytime. Yeah, XRP. Oh, look at, there it goes. Goodbye. That is short city right there. It's just FYI. We come back up. We might end up back up here because this is, oh my God, dude, this is so terrible. We're starting right here because this is the last high. So, I mean, our target zone was right here, and we broke it to the upside. So this was technically bullish, right? Because you usually go down here, pop up here, come down here, and then stop right here. But yeah, man, keep an eye on this because I think with Bitcoin and everything else being extremely bearish, XRP will probably follow. That's what it looks like when I'm trying to drink my coffee. Stop right on the freaking line, man. That is like 5 hits. 5 hits. XRP is just nasty to trade. Good God, man. All right, guys, that's the end of my show. Thanks a lot for sticking around. 161 people. That might be a record for me. Almost hitting 2 hours. Have a good night, guys.